All right, we're back from vacation. The gardens are a wreck. All the animals are great, doing great. So anyways, come check out what gardens look like 2 weeks unattended. And actually, in all fairness, some of those gardens are actually more than 2 weeks. But yeah, come see us try to get things cleaned up a little bit this weekend before we jump back into our regularly scheduled program. Well, come on, my lovelies. Are you coming to see me? Did you miss me? I've been on vacation. Hi. Turkeys are getting pretty big. Hi. Yeah, I know. This is about close as you get. Boy, this guy's getting monstrous. Jenny has noticed that all his tail feathers are missing. So we're wondering if the other toms have been beating up the big guy. You guys are looking good. My gosh, are you looking good. Our farm help pretty much fell in love with the turkeys too. Or her husband did, at least I know. Wow, this garden has a lot of work to do. Well, they all do. I haven't been over to the corn yet, but the main, well, what we're calling the kitchen garden or whatever is there. There's onions in here somewhere. There's potatoes in here somewhere. And then starting, see, I'm kind of lost. Oh, potatoes. There's some potatoes. You probably can't even see them. Corn. So before the potatoes is carrots, I think. Yeah, there's carrots in here. Which is awesome. That means they germinated and finally came up. I think where I'm going to get started today is in this garden with the tomatoes over here. Looks like we had a bunch of transplants right before we left, and it kind of looks like maybe a lot didn't make it, but we'll start digging in here and see what happens and see what we got. If we don't, I mean, if they didn't make it, they didn't make it, but kind of hoping they did. There's a plant doing pretty good. So these are the original ones we put in, and they're doing pretty good. Where are my piggies? Where are you? Guys, it's like 10,000 degrees outside and humid. Why are you buried in straw? You guys don't look much bigger to me. You do look a little bigger. It doesn't look to me as though you've really mowed this area down either. How you guys doing? Golly, I've missed you guys. Yes. Yes. How are you? Why aren't you guys out there eating? Yeah. Plenty of water. Guys, you guys need to eat some more grass. Okay, doing great, guys. Okay, so kind of a wow. Actually, one more weird thing about out here today with the blinding sun, humidity, you could see storm clouds. We got intermittent storms rolling in through and stuff. It's hot, it's humid, it's gross. I'm not expecting a lot to get done today, although I'm going to go start on cleaning out tomato area. But there's no wind. Look at these tall weeds. They're not moving. There's always wind out here. So over here we have some asparagus planted. I think Jenny and I have shown you that, but that's obviously grown up now. The garlic isn't looking too bad. We got to do some weeding in there. You can see the scapes on here. We didn't have scapes before we left. Those are all about ready to harvest. Well, no, they are. They are ready for the most part to harvest. There is nothing right here. This was just a, let me think about that. I think this was just a walkway between the garlic and the corn. Corn's not looking awful. Could be better. Looks like it could use a little more irrigation. If you remember, Jenny and the kids weeded this area really good right before we left. So that is a big contributing factor to it looking so good. I haven't really taken the time to look. There is squash down here also. Sunflowers are looking amazing. They need water though. They're a little dull looking, so I think they need water. We need to start harvesting those and feeding them to the pigs. In fact, I think I'll go do that real quick. I think I'll grab a bunch of these. And then this is the corn plot that we just scattered corn seed and beans. Let's see if I can see any beans growing up with the corn. Let me pause this. So this isn't looking, you know, awful. I'm not so sure a lot of it's going to make it, but let's see. Kind of a neat concept. I want to kind of try and do this again next year. Kind of interesting. Somebody talked about farmer runoff in the last video of why you see some of that really dark corn back there. And even down on the other side, my corn on this side seems to be doing really well. And the farther you get away from the farmer's field, the less good it looks. Somebody speculated some fertilizer runoff possibly from the farmer's side, which I guess is possible. If you look at the farmer's side, he's got 3 or 4 rows here that look really good, and then it tapers off. And the same with here. I got a couple rows that look good and it tapers off. I don't know how runoff works. And if you saw our last video, I think it's our last video, 2-3 videos ago, I was not expecting the farmer to plant corn over here. And so I planted corn over here. So he does the nitrogen injection kind of like into the ground as he's planting. I don't know if runoff comes from that really or not. I don't know. I guess it's possible. But regardless, there's a strip here on both sides where it looks really good and it tapers off on my side and it tapers off on his side. Maybe he ran out of nitrogen over there and didn't realize it. I don't know. All right. Overall, this area needs work, but I'm pretty happy with how this whole area is looking. All right, day after we get home and Mama's bringing her horse home. That is not our trailer. That is the farrier's trailer. The farrier is where the horse was kept. Hi, Bubba. Hi. How'd everything go?
Good.
Are you happy to have your baby home?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he heard me coming.
Hey, I gotta say something real quick.
Okay.
You look pretty tough driving that truck with your hat on and everything.
You know how usually as soon as he steps out of his pasture, he's face down into the grass. He had no desire to eat grass. He was like, "Mom, we're leaving. Let's go." And he
Really?
went right to the trailer. He was so happy to be coming
Oh,
home.
cool. All right, well, let's get him unloaded and get him in there.
Oh, I want to pet it.
Hi, CJ. Jenny got CJ out, no problem. And he is running he wants in his pasture. He is happy to be home. Or so it appears. Hi, bud. Yeah, I'll get the gate.
Oh, okay.
Hi, buddy. Yeah, there's green stuff in your pasture. When's the last time that was in here? He might need to move more, babe. Yeah, he's got to. Jenny was telling me last night that he was kind of a loner over there with other horses and stuff. He did really good over there, but he didn't like really want to socialize or anything. What do you say? He just stayed hidden in his lean-to?
Yeah, he spent most of his time in his lean-to if he wasn't eating hay. But the first day he, ran around when the other horses would run around. But once he settled in, he was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
He just hung out.
All right. Well, second day home from vacation. Things are getting back to normal a little. Now you gotta go take the trailer back,
Now I
right?
gotta go take the trailer back. Well, I gotta unload everything, but
Okay.
take the trailer back. But he's home.
And there's green stuff for him to eat in here.
Yeah.
This hasn't been green for a really long time.
No.
But isn't that amazing, moving him out of here for 2 weeks and it grew up?
Yeah.
So the heat and the humidity are really hampering us getting a lot of stuff done. Super windy out here, I'm sorry. A little impromptu video. The heat and the humidity are really hampering getting stuff done. I don't handle the heat very well. But so are these storms. Continuous rain, storms, heat, humidity. It's raining really good over there. Oh well. What I'm doing right now is trying to get this little area mowed in between the two pastures. It is super wet and gross in the morning. Trying to walk down here is all wet and everything. So we like to keep it cut short. I might have to head in here in a second. But that was looking super nasty a couple minutes ago. A lot of drop down clouds and stuff. It was looking awful a couple minutes ago. It's looking a lot better now. That had me keeping a real close eye on it. So these guys are doing great as well. Watering them down a bit. I'll let their wallow grow a bit today. Oh, don't rub on that with my coffee on there, bud. Okay, so yesterday we got in here. I got some of this mowed down in between the tomatoes. They're not looking great. I need to get some water on them. This first row is actually doing pretty good. You can tell that they need some attention though. Yeah, so we got some work ahead of us. The next two rows of tomatoes were later transplants, and they're still really tiny and far and few between. Grand total, there's not a ton in here. So I don't know, we thought about hitting up some nurseries and seeing if they still had some or something. I was talking to my father-in-law. You can see this corn over here is not looking too peppy. The corn on the other side's looking quite a bit better. My father-in-law said we've been getting like a ton of rain for the 2 weeks that we were gone. A ton of rain and then blazing hot sun. So wondering if that's what's got a lot of this, especially these sunflowers kind of looking burnt. I probably need to get some nitrogen laid down on all this. That is all in the works. All in the works. This is another sunflower row that was planted later. Let's see, what do we have to unbury here? Yeah, we're still remembering some of, was this radishes? I'm drawing blanks. But we got potatoes. Look how awful the potatoes are looking. I think they need some heavy water, maybe some nitrogen, but they just look, they look awful. It looks like the potato beetle came through. Oh, and is still here. We gotta get the kids on that. We kind of thought, I didn't really see any the other day, and we kind of thought they were gone. But then over here, we've got some carrots somewhere. Actually, right here. I actually accidentally mowed right there and went over some carrots because they got lost. And then there's onions over here somewhere. This is not going to be fun. Not fun at all. Well, once I can find what I need to find, I'll get it cleaned out pretty good, I think. But this is our challenge. We haven't even started on that garden yet. So this is our challenge for the next week or two, is getting this all caught up. And it's probably going to take a week or two. Anyways, well worth it. We had a fun time in Alaska. Hope to bring you guys some of those videos soon. Just gotta sit down and edit them is what I gotta do. Oh. My buddy John Crab from our Hodgepodge Homestead's on his way over to bring us some chickens. As you guys may or may not know, they're heading out of town. Well, once he retires, they are RVing it for a bit. So we're gonna take his chickens and his quail. I think his quail, but his chickens and his quail, and then when they land, wherever they land, we might try to like hatch some out for them or give them a bunch of hatching eggs, or anyways, whatever works. But hey, check out these turkeys. I missed these turkeys while I was gone. They are getting so big. I can't remember if I've already done a little update video on them, but their colors, when these roosters, when these toms get in their tom stance, it is amazing. That guy, the big one, is messing all of his tail feathers and more. We're not sure what happened with that. I don't know if these other ones are picking on him or what, but anyways, these turkeys are doing great. They're obviously very hot right now, like I am. All right, 3 days I've been digging this garden out. And I think everything's at least identifiable. Maybe. But it's Sunday now. Jenny's working in the garden behind me. I don't know if I can't see. Where is she? She's gotta be over there. Yeah, over there. But, let's take a look. So I still gotta clean it, but that's a row of onions. I still gotta clean it. That's a row of onions. Still gotta clean it. Row of onions. In here we have a whole bunch of radish that is pretty much bolting and going to seed. None of the radishes seem good. The ones that are flowering and everything else, gonna try and keep the seed. Other than that, we're picking them out, feeding them to the pigs. Then we got carrots. And then we got 3 rows of potatoes that the beetles have just devastated. This is one of our better looking tater plants. Then we have some that are awful looking. We obviously have some that will survive. We have a lot that won't. So we're gonna plant more potatoes somewhere. Got some squash in here. I need to get that better identified, but squash and watermelon in there. Sunflowers, corn obviously. Need to get more water on this corn, more sunflowers, and then the tomatoes are looking good. Or, well, the tomato area is looking pretty good. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, so I lied. Jenny's not currently over here. She was just here, but she's working on getting some tomatoes unburied in here and getting this all done. Not sure where Jenny went. My next project, I need to go run some polyline down to the corn and sunflowers and squash down there. Playing in the sprinkler. I wasn't lying, you were out here working. Where are you going?
I've made a pretty good dent.
Yeah, what this is showing me is we have nothing growing in there.
There's not a whole lot planted on this side. So I figured that, didn't get to it. So this side will be like our fall garden. We'll get that planted here soon with fall stuff. This side is where a lot of stuff is planted and growing.
And
like
we're growing turkeys.
We're growing turkeys. So it's actually going to be a little bit harder because I'm not going to be able to just take the hula hoe through the whole thing.
Yeah, I actually got some pepper plants buried in there somewhere.
Yeah. So I'm making a dent, but Faith has softball. So.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta run her to practice and then I'll be back to do more.
Okay.
They were spraying me with a sprinkler and they're like, sorry mom, do we need to move it? I'm like, no, it's okay.
It feels pretty good.
It's pretty good, it's okay.
Got my poly ran. It's not dug in yet. That'll get done next couple days, maybe this weekend when I'm off work again. Kind of got it tucked into the trees there a little bit. I'm actually going to tuck it in a little bit more, but it's going to get buried between here and between the road and the trees. It's going to get kind of like a temporary buried. I'm going to use my center buster, kind of dig a small ditch, lay it in there, lay the sod and dirt back over it. But when I get a chance to borrow the local farmers, he told me I could borrow it when I want, but when I get a chance to borrow the farmer's backhoe, I think I'm going to dig it into frost line. But I got the soakers going on the corn. They just started going, and I might be fighting water pressure a little bit. The kids are back on the trampoline, but at least I got water down here. It's all downhill, so I'm not too worried about, you know, everything working too hard. And I ran the poly all the way to here. I'm going to end up putting a post here, I think, and at the other spigots. I just got these silly things on there for right now, but once I get it dug in and a post in place, I'll bring that up onto a pipe or something. This area I might have to rely more on, because we're not sure. We might turn this into hay over here. We might turn it into a horse pasture. We're not sure about this area. So I may need to just use a sprinkler system over here for this corn and stuff. I'm so happy there's water down here now. That just opens up a ton of stuff for us, really. All right, so dumping weeds at the piggies. They seem to be doing okay with it. I hear a lot of chomping over there. I need to move them onto this. This is brand new, mostly, it looks like mostly alfalfa coming up, and I know they like alfalfa. So I think I'm gonna move them here and chop this down and then let this regrow and move them back over here. That's my plan. Same with over here. I got quite a bit that goes to waste still over this way, so I could do that. Yep, so still got lots to do, lots of catch up, but we're getting there. And actually we made, for the weather and our schedules and everything else, we made pretty good progress over this past weekend. So yeah, it is what it is. Honestly, trying not to kill ourselves. But thanks for coming along.